A UFL semifinal rematch under the dome in St. Louis. Week 1 starts now. And we welcome you in to our debut coverage of UFL football here on the channel. I'm Preston Vargas with Three's the Crowd Live. So we should be ready to go here. We got of course, last night we had Birmingham take on Louisville, where the Stallions outlasted the Kings. So we'll have the Defenders and Battlehawks, who last year they met in the playoffs. So, and where DC won, led by Jordan Tamu, the quarterback for DC, looking to get back on track here tonight as the Defenders and Battlehawks playing what is probably the UFL's most fiercest rivalry. Two passionate fan bases in DC and St. Louis. And the thing to look out, the other player to look out for St. Louis, their quarterback, who he's the full-time starter after making one start for them last year. I think it was Brandon Silver, who's the quarterback. And so on defense for St. Louis, take a look at Pita Taumopenu, ranked Defensive Player of the Year. Also, Jordan Tamu, the quarterback for DC, is the front runner for MVP of the UFL. So stay tuned for those. It's a new era for the UFL. Of course, you got three new teams in the Louisville Kings, Columbus Aviators, and Orlando Storm. And the Aviators and Storm will play tomorrow on Sunday Night Football. I will be in attendance for that game at Incheon Coast Stadium in Orlando, Florida. Looking at the rule changes, 10 kicking team players to the 45, at least 9 receiving players between the 45 and 40. No punts inside the 50, even if the ball is behind the 50-yard line. Tush push is eliminated, and the 4-point field goal is a 60-yard field goal. So it'll be interesting to see. In yesterday's game, there wasn't much offense really led by the defense, but I think we'll see a lot more fireworks here with Jordan Tamu. Like I said, last year in the playoffs, leading the DC Defenders to an upset win in the playoffs en route to their championship over the Michigan Panthers, who are no longer a team anymore in the UFL. They've suspended operations. Maybe we'll see them back when they expand the league, but we'll see. Of course, in 2025, led the UFL in passing touchdowns with 17 and passing yards per game with 239. I'm excited to see how the UFL does this season. I think it's very important we have a spring football league. There's the other guy, Pita Taimao. He's a great pass rusher in the UFL. Let's see, where did he come from? He was the Defensive Player of the Year last year. We were muted for a second. My apologies for that. We are back. Of course, the offense coordinator, A.J. Smith, they're getting the play right now from him. All right, so we come up here, second down and 10 for their own 31-yard line. Silvers play action, hands it off down the middle. It's the running back, Jarvon Howard. He gains a few yards down to the 34-yard line, about a gain of 3 on that one. It'll be third down coming up. Of course, defense coordinator for the defenders, Blake Williams. So they're using a walkie-talkie because something might be down for them. But it's third down and 7 here. Third down and 7. Silvers. Over the middle. Oh, that's dropped. How do you drop that? Intended for Blake Jackson. Let's see that again. So you run a hook route. That should be a routine catch there. You've got to catch that. Cannot drop those. And now brings up the fourth down and 7. So are they going to go for it here? No, they're going to punt it. So Ryan Sanborn will punt it away. Kiki QT, the former Texan, the returner. It's in the air now, going the other side. QT returns from inside his own 20. He'll get taken down at right around the 22-yard line. That's where the defenders will start off with it. And now here is the MVP last year and front runner this year for MVP, Jordan Ta'amu. Or he was the championship most valuable player. The MVP was Bryce Perkins, who's now a quarterback on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He was with Michigan the past couple of years. But here we go. First down and 10 for DC. As the crowd's getting into it early. So they'll get a hard count here. 10 seconds on the play clock there. You got to get it off here. Here's the snap. Ta'amu hands it off. Down the middle to Deion Jackson and can't get anything there. Tackle is going to be made by A.J. Thomas, the inside linebacker. Offensive coordinator Fred Case for DC. They got a second down and 11 after the loss from their own 23-yard line. Second down 11. Ta'amu with the snap. Pass rush coming. Gets it. Floated deep. Left side. It is. Is that caught? It's caught. What a catch there on the sideline. Ty Scott hauls it in. But a contested catch. Mossed him there. And now DC in plus territory as the handoff goes down the middle. A gain of 3 yards on that one for Deion Jackson. So we'll go a little tempo here for second down at the St. Louis 45. They'll give it to Jackson on the left side. He has room. Finds a hole. He's going to get near the line. I think he's got the first down. So now listening to the defense coordinator, Corey Chamblin for the St. Louis Battlehawks. And of course, Three's a Crowd is the home for the Orlando Storm. We will do all Orlando Storm away games on stream here. First down to 10 for DC at the 38-yard line. Got 5 seconds on the play clock. Play action. Ta'amu. Pump fakes. Rolling right. And he's going to be sacked. The sack by number 7, Pita Taumopenu, the defensive player of the year. Ta'amu just rolling right, and then Taumopenu, the defensive player of the year, there to get him down. His age 32 season, he was the UFL sack leader with 7.5 last year. Second down and 15. Here's the snap on the left side now. Handed off Jackson. Or Jackson was on the right. He gets down to the 37-yard line. It's going to bring up a third and manageable here. All right, we're getting the play call here. All right, they got it in. 11 on the play clock. Fans getting loud. Third down. On 38-yard line, Tamu drops back. Under pressure, and he goes down. The sack by number 91, Damon Harris. The linebacker out of Buffalo making the sack. It's fourth down and long. So Tamu takes 2 sacks on this drive. It's going to be fourth down here. Are they going to go for a 60-yard field goal here? All right, here we go. A 4-point, 60-yard field goal attempt. Good snap, good hold, kick is up. It is good! And the first 4-point field goal in UFL history is by Matthew McCrane. And DC leads it 4-0. They strike first. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back after this. All right, we are back. All right, so the first 4-point field goal in UFL history was made by Matthew McCrane. We'll see how St. Louis can respond here. And kicked off on the left side. This is going to be return in the landing zone. Harris on the return. He has a lane. And out to the 43-yard line. That's where the Battlehawks will start off with it. With 9:01 to go here in the first quarter. All right, first down and 10. Here's the snap. Handoff. Between the tackles and nowhere to go for Howard. Just a yard gain. Looks like Harry's interviewing Matt McCrane on the sideline. All right, here we go. 2nd and 8 from the 45 of St. Louis. Silver's looking to throw. In the flat now. Right side complete. It's Howard. He's out of bounds. Near the line of gain. I think they're going to mark him just short, but they're in plus territory now. Here we go. 3rd and 2 for St. Louis. On the 48-yard line, we have a stoppage and so a timeout called by St. Louis. That's their first. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back. So, of course, the 2025 conference championship game, or the UFL championship game, when DC upset St. Louis in their building. Now they're back here with a 4-0 lead. It's 3rd down and 2 for the Battlehawks here. 7:49 to go after the timeout. Looks like St. Louis has 2 remaining. Silvers rolls out on the bootleg pass. That is complete underneath to Howard. He's got a 1st down inside the 45. First down and 10. Left side pass. It is incomplete. No flag on the play. 2nd down and 10. The pass was broken up. So pass broken up, intended for McBride on that one. It's 2nd down and 10. Silvers in the pocket. Quick throw left side, overthrown it, incomplete. Tried to get McBride again, but could not connect. So 3rd down and long coming up here. So we're going trips left, Brian Dog. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 10. Handoff here. It's going to be a run there for Kayvon Latulis. So 4th down. I think they just called for a field goal here. So bring on the kicker, Tucker McCann, who hasn't played organized football since he was waived by the Titans in training camp of 2021. The former Missouri Tiger is their kicker for a while. The O'Fallon, Illinois native, which is just across the Mississippi River from St. Louis. This is a 58-yard attempt, so this will be a 3-point field goal attempt for the Battlehawks. Good snap, good hold, kick is up. It's on its way. It is good. And the Battlehawks on the board, but they still trail 4-3 to open this one up. So we're going to stay here or take a break. So Tucker McCann, the kickers, both on the board. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back. We'll see what DC can do here. So 5:38 to go here in this one. So this will be returned from inside the landing zone. Got a good return here. Crossing the 30 is going to make it down to the 34-yard line. And that's where Jordan Ta'amu and the defenders will start off. All right, we're ready here. First down to 10. DC is the only UFL team returning their entire coaching staff. So it'll definitely be an advantage here. As it's first down and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Here's the snap, the handoff. Jackson with balls out, and it's recovered by St. Louis, it looks like. And it is. The recovery made by Jordan Mosley, a crucial mistake for DC, gives St. Louis the ball in plus territory. Let's go look at it here. Oh, I don't know. Don't know if he was down or not. Let's get a look at that. Kind of looked like it. Is DC going to challenge this? Okay, so they're going to reverse it. The ball's going to be placed at the 36-yard line. So they're going to reverse the call, runner down by contact. So the defenders will retain possession. All right, so second down and 8 coming up for DC. With the ball at their own 36-yard line. Ta'amu had the shotgun, second down and 8. And we have movement on the right side of the line. I think that's going to back him up. So it looks like the center or is the one of the guards, Jahari Branch, moved a little bit early. So second down and 13. Here's the snap. Ta'amu looking to throw over the middle. That's complete. He's got a lane open. First down inside plus territory. That's the tight end, Mason Fairchild. On that catch, he's going to get up inside the 50 down to the 45-yard line. Fairchild undrafted in 2024. Spent training camp with the Saints before signing with the Defenders last season. And won a championship with them this season. So second down here for the DC Defenders. Second down and 1. Here's the snap. First down. Picked up there for Deion Jackson. It's about 31-yard line. Here's the snap. Ta'amu, right side, looking to throw. Finds a man open. Hauled in on the sideline. And that is a first down to Kiki Cutie. First team All Big 12 in 2017 with the Texas Tech Red Raiders. First down at the 20. Red zone opportunity here for the first time for either side. Down the middle, gain of 3. And it's second down. All right, second down and 7. With 3 minutes to go here in the quarter. Ball's at the 17. Tamu looking. Under pressure, and down he goes. And that is Pita Taumopenu. His second sack of the ball game. Third down and 16, backed up all the way near the 25-yard line. It's Tamu looking, launches deep in the end zone. It is caught inside the 5. Caught a little early in the before the end zone. But that's going to be caught by Seth Williams. And now first and goal for the Battlehawks. Ball's at the 1. Handoff down the middle. Jackson, I don't think he got there. Second down and goal. Tamu gets the snap, hands it off. Left side, but a flag is down. He's in the end zone. But I think it's... Okay, it is a touchdown for Jackson. It's offside against St. Louis, but that's going to be a touchdown for DC and Deion Jackson. Getting into the end zone for the first time today and the first time this season for DC. And the defending champions extend their lead. So DC's going to go for 2 here. For the 1-yard line. Tamu under center. Play action. Bootleg. Right side. Tamu looking. End zone. It is incomplete. And the lead is 10-3 for the DC defenders with 1:17 left in the first quarter. So after a 4-point field goal, DC scores the touchdown. Does not convert on the extra point. On the 2-point conversion. Of course, you can go for 1, 2, or 3. So all of a sudden, a 9-point game is a 1-possession game in this league. All right, so now it's going to be DC to kick off here. So 1:17 remaining in this one in the first quarter. So they'll kick it off here. This will be returned from inside the 10. Taking it across the 20. Harris across to the 30. Pushing through. Down to the 30. He gets over the 35. Down to the 36-yard line. A 29-yard kickoff return. So first down and 10 from the 36-yard line for the Battlehawks. Silver hands it off. It's Howard. Down the middle, he is gonna get down to the 38-yard line. All right, second down here. Jackson's in motion. Second down and 8. Silver under pressure. And he's going to be sacked. Back at the 29-yard line. So bring up third down and long. The sack there by Devoncha Maxwell, the defensive tackle. So that we reach the end of the first quarter. Score is DC 10, St. Louis 3. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, we are back there recapping that 3rd and 15 play that they had in that before St. Louis scored the touchdown. All right, here we go. Back to the start of this one. Now St. Louis has their own third and 16 after the sack from their own 30 as they switch ends of the field. Third down and 16. Silvers looking, pressure comes, sets the screen up, and it gets blown up in the backfield. That's going to be a big loss there. The TFL there by number 1. That was Bryce Thompson, former Tennessee Volunteer. All right, so it's fourth down now. And St. Louis will punt it away here. On the left side, the return from the 30. QT taken down. After a short gain there. So first and 10 from there when we come back. All right, so Tomu's going to come up here. First down to 10 for the defenders. With their own 34-yard line. First down to 10. Here's the snap. Play action on the pass right side. It's caught. He's going to get to the 30. Excuse me. To the 37. So it's going to be second down and 8. And we have an injured Battlehawk on the field right now. That is number 4. That's Cameron Kelly, the free safety. Undrafted at San Diego State in 2018. So it looks like they're going to take a break. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. So it looks like the UFL co-owner, Mike Repo, in the game, getting interviewed right now on ESPN. All right, here we go. Second down and 8 now for DC from their own 36-yard line. And it looks like we have a sack or a tackle for loss. It's going to be it's number 51. So he was sacked by Bentley. So third down and 14. Tamu in the backfield. And we have a timeout called by DC. All right, third down and 14 from the 30 after the loss on the play. Tamu looking to throw. He's got pressure coming. Throws deep. He's got right open. Oh! It's going to be picked off, but there's a flag down. That's definitely going to be interference. All right, so here we go. Pass interference going to go against Michael O.J. Mudia. Oh, yeah, definitely held him there. It was clear as he was going down the sideline. Now, let's take a look at this. Tamu in the pocket. He's got a clean look. I think goes deep. Oh, looks like Prohl has the challenge flag in his hand. We'll see. Of course, you get the universal challenge. And St. Louis is going to challenge the pass interference call. The universal challenge for St. Louis. We'll see what happens here. Just listen to Mike Pereira. All right, here we go. On the back end here. So let's see it from the back side here. They are going to reverse it and take the interference off. Okay. So the interception will stand, that interception on Jordan Mosley. So that's the first pick of the game there. It's first out. It says St. Louis does not have a challenge the remainder of the game. Which if you want to challenge, I think you should be able to challenge. So start with the ball at the 30. And a blitz off the edge, and Silvers is taken down. So he was off the edge there. It was Sam Kidd on the safety blitz. So take it at the 20. Second and 20. Silver's looking in the pocket. Throws right side. That is complete. Inside the 35 down to the 36. That is Ja'Cour Pearson. It'll be 3rd and 5 here. So 10 seconds to go here on the play clock, 3rd and 5. Silver looking, has time, throws right side. He's got a man, incomplete, overthrows Blake Jackson. So it's 4th and 5 now. So they'll punt it away here. Bring back Ryan Sanborn. So the Battlehawks can't do anything with the interception there. 4th and 5. QT the returner. The bounce at the 20. And hauled in by QT at the 15. All right, so DC ball when we come back. All right, we are back in St. Louis for this one. So 35,000 tickets in attendance for the home, 35,000 fans, the home opener. Play fake on first down is complete on the sideline. Oh no, excuse me, incomplete. Second down and 10. Second and 10 from their own 16-yard line. Tommy looking. On the left side, it's hauled in. Nope, it's dropped. The second drop in a row for Scott. It's 3rd and 10 here for DC. And I think Tom just called timeout. So that's their second of the half. All right, 3rd and 10 here for DC. For their own 16-yard line. 3rd down and 10. 4 guys on the line. Here's the snap. Tamu is taken down. Down to the 11-yard line. And another sack for St. Louis. The sack is sacked by Damon Harris. So DC will put it away here. 4th and 15. It's like Sean Fresh is the returner. And St. Louis is going to call timeout. Fourth and 15. Here's the punt. And the return down inside the 50 down to the 49. So St. Louis will start in plus territory. As a reminder, the UFL schedule next week. Defenders, Aviators at 8 for their home opener. Then the Louisville Kings will play the Orlando Storm Saturday night. Sunday at 6, that's on NFL Network. Stallions and Gamblers. And then the Battlehawks take on the Renegades Tuesday night. Seems weird for that game to be on a Tuesday for next week. First down and 10. Here's the snap. Handoff. Down the middle. And it's going to be second down here. On the right side now. A loose lane here for Latulas. He's got a first down. First out of 10. On the snap, James down the middle. It's second down. And the handoff here, down to the 27. So third down here for St. Louis. Slouts only gets a yard on that one. Third down and 8. Ball at the 27-yard line for St. Louis. Silvers, deep right side, it is incomplete. No flag on the play. Pass intended for Frank Darby. 4th and 8 coming up here. All right, a 45-yard field goal attempt. Kick is up. It is no good. Wide left. So Tucker McCann with the miss there. So missed opportunity there. So take a look at our impact players. Deion Jackson, Jordan Tamu, and Pita Tamupino. First down to 10 for DC from their own 35. That's where the ball is spotted after the missed kick. Tamu's going to hand it off. Jackson down the middle, down to the 39-yard line. Second down. So the rest of the games this week, Houston, Dallas at 4, then Columbus, Orlando tomorrow night. Sunday Night Football at 8 o'clock for the UFL. Second and 6, own 39-yard line. Tamu looking, rolling left. Tamu crosses the 40 and out of bounds just short of the line to gain. It's going to be 3rd and short here. Third down and 2 coming up for DC. The handoff is going to be just short of the line to gain. It's going to be 4th down coming up here. Fourth down and 1. DC going for it here. So I think DC is going to call their final timeout with 4 minutes, or they're going to take a delay of game. All right, so they're going to go for the punt. Coach Harris was arguing that there should have been something. Should have been a penalty on defense. He thought they got him. And the punt is away from their own 25. It's a great punt inside the 14. They're going to get him down right around there. Tomorrow night, final UFL kickoff matchup. Go Storm. Storm hosting the Aviators Sunday at 8 on ESPN. So St. Louis coming up here. 1st down and 10 for the Battlehawks. It's Silvers. Right side complete. He's got a 1st down. And more down to near the 20. That's Frank Darby with the catch there. So the 29-yard line, left side, complete. Pearson. It's going to be just short of the line, but a couple of yards away for the 1st down line. So both teams 1 timeout remaining. Ball at the 34-yard line, or 35-yard line. Silvers looking to throw. Right side on a one-on-one. Incomplete. Darby could not come down with that. It's 3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4. Silvers, right side, hauled in. First down and more, breaks free. But a flag is down, crosses the 40, he's got a lane. Crosses the 20, cuts inside. Cross the 10. Just shy of the goal line. But we'll see what the flag is. Gary Jennings Jr. And roughing the passer. It's not going to matter. So it'll be 1st and goal from the half-yard line. All right, so we come to the 2-minute warning. 1st and goal for St. Louis when we come back. All right, back here for this one. 1st and goal for the Battlehawks. Inside the 1. Here we go. 1st and goal. A handoff. Howard fights his way in. Just short. Javion Howard stopped by Curtis Jenkins. right, second and goal coming up here. So they break the huddle, second and goal. And the handoff is short once again for Howard. Curtis Jacobs stopping it again. Third and goal now from the 1. And Silvers falls over. And he's sacked. So 3 chances from the 1 yard line and you can't punch it in. Silvers just surrendered. They're winding the clock down to 2 seconds, so 4th and goal now. This is a great defensive stop for St. Louis. What's definitely seen as a disappointing drive here. All right, so that's going to bring Tucker McCann, who missed a field goal earlier in the game. It's from the left hash. And it's good. So St. Louis able to get on the board before the half. They trailed 10-6 against the DC Defenders at home. So we'll take a break for halftime. We'll be back for the start of the second half. All right. We are back. It is second down and 10 for DC. So no score in the second half yet. Both teams had a drive. Tamu had a pass picked off by Sims. Then St. Louis couldn't do anything with it. So it's second down and 10. Tamu rolls out left, and he's going to be taken down for another sack. That's going to be on Steve Linton, getting him down in the backfield. It's going to be third down coming up here. So third and 20 coming up here for the Battlehawks. Or for the DC Defenders. Looks like I got a flag on the play, I think. Nope. Just reset the play clock. All right, third down and 25 for DC. Tamu looking over the middle and dropped. Intended for Seth Williams. I think that was his second drop of the game. So DC will have to punt it away from in their own territory here. So it looks like Sean Fresh is going to return here. Gets this one in the air, going on the left side. Turn punt return for their own 44. Cutting inside. Crosses the 50 down to the 46-yard line of DC. And that's where the Battlehawks will start. As a reminder, the NFL Draft April 23rd through 25th. We will have that live here on the channel for first round coverage of the NFL Draft. Second down and 12 now for St. Louis after the loss on the first play. Out on the left side, swinging across the 40, across the 30. Has a chance, cuts inside, cross the 10, down to the 5. Kayvon Latulis down the sideline for the first and goal now. So another big play inside the 5 for St. Louis on a 45-yard reception. Another chance for St. Louis. Can they punch it in this time? We got whistles and a false start coming up here. So it's against. So that's going to be against number 70 on St. Louis, Bradley Ashmore. All right, so they're going to be backed up here. Play fake, right side. Complete. Cutting inside. Dives in the end zone. Touchdown. Battlehawks. Tyler Neville, the tight end. And the Battlehawks claim the lead 12-10. Getting those blockers out in front. And St. Louis in the lead. So it looks like they're going to go for the 1-point field goal here. Or 1-point attempt here, the extra point. To go up by 3. And it's good. So Battlehawks take the lead 13-10 here in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. All right, after the touchdown scored is 13-10. So the kickoff return to the 30, pushing through down to the 32-yard line. Well, that is where the DC defenders will start off. Seeing that they can get a better drive than they had the first two drives of the second half. That ended an interception and a 4th and 25 punt. So those explosive plays for DC with Kevon Latellis on that 40-plus yard play, and then the touchdown to Tyler Neville's the difference. It's a 13-10 lead. The first down at the 32-yard line. Here's the snap. Tamu, right side. Hauled in. It's going to be second down and short. With that complete to Ty Scott, who's dropped a couple of passes here earlier. So 2nd and 5 coming up for DC. Teaming on the ground here. Jackson down to the 40. So 3rd and short opportunity coming here for Jordan Tamu. From the 40. Tamu, the keeper, he's got a first down, slides down inside the 45. Down to about the 46-yard line. So moving the chains there. Jordan Tamu on the ground. And it's a first down. Tamu is going to get sacked again. The sack there by Shad Fresh Jr., one of the defensive backs in the game. So 2nd and 16 for the defenders. Got one man in the backfield. Tamu, they're going to give it down the middle. It's Deion Jackson. It's 3rd down. So 3rd and long coming up here. High snap. Tamu looking in the pocket, rolling. Launches left side. It is hauled in at the 39-yard line by Seth Williams, and he's got a first down. Play fake. Tamu right side. Overthrown. Oh, nearly intercepted. On the sideline by Miles Sims. It's going to be 2nd and 10. For a 39-yard line. Here's the snap. Handoff. No, the keeper. Tamu is going to take a hit after a 2-yard gain. Well defended there by number 15. Jordan Williams. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. For a 37-yard line. Tamu looking in the pocket. Tosses right side. And taken down is Jackson at the line of scrimmage by Ojamuda. So it's going to be 4th down coming up here for the Battlehawks. Do they go for, or no, for the DC defenders? Question is, do they go for a 60-yard field goal? They made the first one in league history earlier on 4th and 7 now. So this is a 55-yard attempt, so this will be a 3-point field goal for McCrane. It's up. Going slightly to the left. It is off the post and no good. And the Battlehawks still lead 13-10. It looked good online, just drifted to the left at the end. So the kick no good, ball at the 45-yard line to start for St. Louis. Here's Silvers looking to throw in the flat for the screen to Howard. Howard is going to get down to the 48-yard line for a gain of 3. Second down and 7 now for St. Louis. The handoff, Howard cuts inside. It's going to get slightly over midfield down to the DC 49. Third down and 3 for the DC 48. Empty backfield with 5 wide. Silvers over the middle. It is caught. First down. The 43. So they will move the chains. Converting on third down. So it's James Bostic with the catch. And a first down for St. Louis. And the counter run, Howard taken down to the 41. Nope, that was Latulis. So coming up here, second down and 8 for St. Louis. An empty formation here. Silvers right side. It's caught and immediately met. Blake Jackson on the catch. Met immediately by Bryce Thompson. So coming up here on a third down and 2 for the Battlehawks. Silvers looking in the flat, complete. Latulis is going to be about a yard short. Man in the backfield by Curtis Jacobs, who's been great defensively so far tonight. He's their leading tackler with 5 total tackles in this one. So 4th and 1, they're going to stay on the field and go for it. And we are going to end the third quarter. A quick one here. A 13-10 lead for St. Louis. Going into the 4th. We'll take a break and be right back. All right, 3 down, 1 to go. It is 4th and 1 for St. Louis, up by 3, 13 to 10. All right, so St. Louis is going for it. Fourth down and 1. Here's the snap. Handoff. Down the middle. He's got the first down. Howard's got the first down inside the 20. Still fighting his way. Crossing the 20. I think that's where they're going to mark him down. With a big run there for Jarvian Howard. So first down and 10 now for St. Louis. From the 20. Down the middle. And down to the 13 is Howard with a late flag down. Defense number 50. All right, so it's going to be against DC. So unnecessary roughness called against Derek Robertson. So that's going to put the ball down at the 7. So after the penalty, it's 1st and goal. Ball's at the 7. The handoff. Howard. Down to the 5 after a short gain. So 2nd and goal coming up here for the Battlehawks. Second and goal. Howard on the carry, pushing through. Gonna get taken down at the 2-yard line. All right, 3rd and goal for St. Louis. Looking for the tight end, Neville. We'll see what happens here. They give it to Howard for the 3rd time. They stuff him in the backfield. That's Brandon Smith with the TFL. And that's what you get for running the same play 3 times in a row. So instead of 6, it's going to probably end in 3. So 23-yard field goal for McCann. And the kick is good with 23 out. So St. Louis extends the lead 16 to 10 over DC. Take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, we are back. It's a 16-10 lead. A couple great stops for the DC Defenders. On defense, we'll see what they can do. Anything on offense here. It has been a great second half for Jordan Ta'amu. There's 11:59 left in the game. Let's see what happens here. So St. Louis will kick off after they scored the field goal. Kicks away. And the return from the 30 cuts inside. Down to the 40, and they'll start off at the 44, but a flag is down. Holding on the return. Number 6. So that's going to be against Farrad Gardner on the return. So coming up here, first down and 10 for DC. Defenders have had 6 straight scoreless drives. At the handoff down the middle, that's Jackson. So down to the 24. So they start off at the 20 after the penalty. Second and 6. A handoff in between the tackles down the middle. And Jackson's going to be just short of the line to gain. Here we go. Third down and 2. As the fans get on their feet in St. Louis. The handoff. I don't think he got there. Do not think Jackson got there. It's going to be fourth down. Let's see. Just short. So it looks like the UFL is a virtual measurement. They say short by 14 inches. So that'll bring up Paxton Brooks to punt it away again. Another empty possession for the DC Defenders. So they'll get this one in the air. Spirals high down to the 30. It's going to be taken down. The 35. And that is where the Battlehawks will start off with it. So time out on the field, we will be right back. 9:54 to go. All right, we are back. So it's it's St. Louis ball. We'll see what happens here for them. All right, first down and 10 for St. Louis coming up here. So first down coming up here for the Battlehawks. On the left side. Oh, it's dropped. Gary Jennings Jr. This should have been easy completion. They should be running clock off here. On the right side, screen set, Howard. Howard pushing through. It's going to be near the line of gain. I think they're going to mark him just short at the 44. So it's going to be third down. Third down and 1 here. And quarterback sneak hit a first down for Brandon Silvers. They say DraftKings is the official sports book of the UFL. So first out of 10 for the 47. And Howard again for no gain, second down. So they're complaining. He thought it was a tush push. Deep shot, right side, incomplete. Defended well there by Iku Boyedo. Third down and 10 for the 47. And DC calls timeout on 3rd and 10. So coming up tomorrow, Aviators Storm. We'll be there at Intercoast Stadium. Also, there's one more UFL game today between the Houston Gamblers and Dallas Renegades. That's at 4 o'clock Eastern. the kickoff time there. So we go third down and 10. So 10 seconds, and we have a whistle coming out of the timeout. Just making sure the timing, I assume. But they confirm it is third down. Alright, that is what we already knew. So you do get one challenge per game. It's third down and 10. Defenders need to stop. On the right side, it's incomplete. So the defenders' defense will get off the field here. All right, fourth down and 10. The punt is away from the 10. The catch and up, ended at the 12. So St. Louis failed to run some clock there. It's like Jennings was there on the tackle. So we got a flag down. And a face mask called against DC. That's going to send him back further. All right, so DC first down and 10. Tamu on the drive and brought down for the gain of 2. Of course, he made a big catch in the 1999 NFC Championship game with the St. Louis Rams. In that building they're playing in, by the way. Second down 8. We got a player down for DC. It is the starting center, Mike Maietti. So he went to Missouri. He's walking off the field. That's good. So they're going to walk him to the sideline. It's 2nd down and 8 for DC. Second and 8. Play action. Tamu under pressure, rolls out. Tucks it and runs. He gets down to the 8. Brought down by A.J. Thomas. There's nobody open there. Third and 7. Oh, they got to get set here. I don't think they got it off in time. It's going to be delay of game. So, a half the distance penalty. I think that's going to back them up to the 4. So, really in trouble now. Third down and 10. Tamu rolling right. Under pressure in the end zone. Throws it away. There's great pressure there off the edge by Harris. So another empty possession for DC. 4th down and 10. Defenders have had 2 first downs in the last 8 drives. So the kick to the end zone, we got a flag down. Return from the 48-yard line of DC. Brought down to 35. Check on the flag. Okay, no flag. The NFL needs to bring in that live access. As a reminder, later on tonight, Elite 8 action kicks off at 6 o'clock Eastern, where the Iowa Hawkeyes will take on the Illinois Fighting Illini in the South Regional Final. So 1st down and 10 for St. Louis with great field position here, starting from the 35-yard line. The handoff to Howard. He has a hole. No, Latu with the ball. He's down at the 30. So a pickup of 6 at 2nd down. Second and 4. Neville in motion, 2nd down. The handoff, always in trouble. Latu gets a gain of 1 after nearly getting swarmed in the backfield. So it's 3rd down and short for St. Louis here. Third down and 2. And we have whistles, and St. Louis is going to call a timeout as the play clock was running down. So Damon Harris, he did win a Super Bowl with the Chiefs in the Mahomes' first Super Bowl, in Super Bowl 54. That game, the Super Bowl just before the pandemic shut everything down. So who they're interviewing now on ESPN. Here we go. Third down and 2. The handoff down the middle, a first down at the 25. That is Latulis. Moves the chains for another first down. Still one score game. First down and 10. Left side handoff. Howard jumps a defender. He gets a first down inside the 15. A gain of 11 and another first down for St. Louis. Here we go. First down and 10. And 2-yard pickup. 1:57 to go. 2 minutes to go. We'll see if St. Louis can wrap it up here. 1:57 remaining. We'll be back. All right, we are back, a 6-point lead for the Battlehawks, looking to put the Defenders away in a rematch of the conference championship game last season. As a reminder, last season, DC upset St. Louis in the conference title game, then upsetting the Michigan Panthers in the UFL championship game in the Battle Dome. That's where the championship game was held. So 2nd down and 8 for the Battlehawks. Here we go. 2nd and 8 from the 11. And the handoff. We got a flag down. And Howard's going to be taken down the backfield. Or no, Latulas will be taken down the backfield. And players coming together. Get a little chippy. So it looks like a neutral zone infraction will be called against DC. So the offside called against Roberson. So it'll remain 1st down. Looks like defense coordinator Blake Williams having an inmate conversation with one of his players trying to get him out of the game. That's the thing. They should have a separate broadcast where you can hear the expletives. Obviously, we'll play that on the channel. And the handoff for Lachulis is going to be short 3rd down. So the Defenders call another timeout. They have 1 remaining. Or no. Actually, no, they have no timeouts remaining. So Bryce Thompson and Derek Roberson are going at each other. So here we go. 3rd down and 2. And the Defenders jump offside, and that's going to end the game. So Bryce Thompson, who was jawing at his teammates, jumps into the neutral zone and gives St. Louis a 1st down. So that essentially ends the game. DC doesn't have any timeouts left. and they'll take a knee. Oh, and looks like some extracurriculars afterwards. So I think they got to get them separated here. So crucial mistakes for DC. It just has been a good day. All game long for the DC defenders. So the reigning champion is going to lose opening game 16-10. The second knee was taken. Now clock under a minute to go. So let's give our player of the game. Let's see. I think it's got to be the guy who set the tone early. Pita Taumopenu. 6 tackles, 2.5 sacks. And 2.5 tackles for loss. We got a flag down after the final kneel. And another neutral zone infraction against DC. So it's third down. All right, so one more kneel down. They don't have to stop it again, I think. Oh, we got... Okay, the Gatorade bath for the coach. So first victory as head coach for Ricky Prohl. So St. Louis wins 16-10 over DC. I'm taking a look at their schedules real quick. Coming up next for the Battlehawks, they will be taking on in week 2 on not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. They'll take on the Dallas Renegades. And for DC, the defending champs fall to 0-1. They have a short week coming up, playing next Friday night in the Aviators home opener against the Columbus Aviators. That is a Friday 8 o'clock kick. DC's home opener will be against the Houston Gamblers at Audi Field. So we thank you for watching this broadcast of the St. Louis Defenders, or the DC Defenders and St. Louis Battlehawks. St. Louis are winners 16-10. Join us again for another game for March Madness coming up. Elite 8 action tips off at 6 o'clock Eastern with Illinois taking on Iowa. In the first one, that Purdue will take on Arizona in the second game. From Three's the Crowd Live, I'm Preston Vargas. We thank you for watching. Have a good